Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by New Stopette, America's leading spray deodorant. Now with its anti-immunity factor. Poof! There goes perspiration. Now let's all play What's My Line?
To show the appearance of our mystery celebrity, we guess that the experts would recognize our guests immediately, so they have their blindfolds. Are they all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Yes. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we dispense with the usual questioning, the preliminaries, get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Bennett Cerf.
Well, there was a great burst of applause when you walked in. May I assume that your picture has appeared several times in the newspapers?
That's,
What's that?
It's Dr. Knock.
I think he's ordering beer. Explain, Bennett, that we are very fearful that if you were to hear the voices of our guest, or the voice of our guest, or the various accents of our guest immediately, you would learn too much, so that the answers will come to you by knocks for a little while. 2 knocks means yes, 1 knock means no. You just got a yes.
Well, this is going to be very revealing, isn't it? Are you associated in any way with the entertainment field? I can't tell from that whether that's a male knock or a female knock. I'll have to take a guess. Is that a male knock? No.
That's 1 down. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Truman.
We've established that this is a lady knocking. Is that it?
It's not a male, anyway.
Are you in the movies? Yeah. Are you in a picture that is currently on Broadway? Wait a minute,
That 3 knocks means we're not sure, but it could be.
Oh, we're going to have a code tonight.
So you go ahead.
What was that, a yes?
Well, now 3 knocks means we're not sure, but it could be.
Wait a minute, are you in television? Are you on a show every morning?
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
I tell you what I've been wondering.
I think Steve knows something.
So far, it could be Fred Astaire.
Oh, this is not fair.
Let's see. Gene Krupp is not in town. Are you an actor? I mean, an actress. What am I saying?
That's 4.
Either that or there's an awful echo in here. I don't know. Are there 2 people over there besides John, I mean?
Oh, no.
Glad to hear that. I thought maybe it was trigger stamping or something.
I tell you what, Steve, I think we've been hard enough on you long enough. I'm going to ask our guests now if they will use their voices instead of knocking and making replies.
Don't ask the judge.
John? I know who it is. Don't kid me, boy. That's Dizzy and Lucy. I can... George and Gracie.
George and Gracie, that's right. I think one thing that we've got, was it, Bennett was the one that gave us the most fun. You said, was that a male?
Yeah.
And the answer before had been given by Gracie. So when you said, is it a male, George went, no, because we were answering the previous question.
That isn't fair, because you should be answering, both of you should be answering every question. So you should have said half a male, which would have put me on the wrong track altogether.
It would have put us all off the track, probably, for a good long time. Well, I must say, George and Gracie, that we've had a lot of fun with Knox. I didn't know you could have so much fun with Knox.
Well, thank you.
And may I declare myself for the panel here. I'm sure it's true that we are to be counted always among your most loyal and, I might say, happiest viewers when you get on television.
Well, thank you. And may we say the same about your show? It's just wonderful.
Thank you very much.
We watch it every Sunday. It's 7:30 in California.
Thanks very much. It's grand to see. Would you say good night to the panel?
Thank you.
Feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which my good friends on the panel are always blindfolded, as you know. The blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes,
Yes. Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? Panel, as you know, in the case of the mystery challenger, we go to the different pattern of questioning. You ask one question at a time in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you primarily a movie star?
Francis X. Bushman used to get me a glass of water.
Is that a yes?
Francis X. Bushman used to get me a glass of water.
I think it's such a difficult area, Dorothy, because of the many-sided and many-faceted talents of our guests that I don't think we can say primarily no. So we'll give you 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Sir.
Have you been for many years a famous radio and television star?
Yes, but I'm still speaking to Jerry Lewis.
Miss Francis?
Are you primarily a comedian?
I've been trying to answer that question for a lot of years.
Mr. Gable?
Is your program on the air through the summer?
No, but I'm rehearsing. I'm ready to work.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you have any connection with the world of popular music?
Yes, Perry Como cut my hair.
That's really a no. 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Sir.
Have you a wife who is a lot stupider on the air than she is in private life?
You're pretty hot.
Are you George Byrne?
Yes, you guessed it.
Actually, George was in the Perry Como show.
I just finished it tonight.
And what happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened at lunch today. I thought it was so funny. They gave me a half hour off to eat. So I ran over to the St. Regis Hotel. And I got there at 12
I like
o'clock.
where you go for those snacks.
Well, Gracie is a very rich woman. And I went to the St. Regis Hotel, and I got in there, and I had on a sports shirt, and I couldn't get in because you have to wear a tie. So I said to the captain, will you let me have your tie? I'm just going to sit down. He knew me. He said, sure. He took off his tie. I put it on. And I said, I'll have a chicken sandwich and a martini. And he says, you can't have a martini. We don't serve any liquor until 1 o'clock Sundays. I said, look, if you don't give me a martini, I'll tell them you haven't got a tie on, and they'll throw you out. I didn't get my martini. But I've still got his tie. It's a nice tie.
That's what I was going to ask you. What happened to the next tie? That's wonderful. Have you called Jack Benny lately?
Yes, I called Gracie. I spoke to her tonight. I told her that I got a big thrill today because on the Como show there was Lena Horne. And the 3 of us sang together. And that was nice because I love to sing. In fact, I've got my orchestrations backstage in case you've got some music here.
Sing, sing, sing.
Bennett can whistle. Well, I don't think we ought to rush into this, George. What did you sing with Lena Horne?
Well, I sang In the Heart of a Cherry. These are songs I made famous. Tiger Girl.
Tiger Girl?
Tiger Girl. I'll be waiting for you, Bill, when you come back from San Juan Hill. Which everybody whistled in Altoona.
Could you sing a bit of Tiger Girl for us?
Tiger Girl, it's in minor. I need violins for that.
What about I'll be waiting for you, Bill, when you come back from San Juan Hill?
You just sang the whole song.
I sang the whole song.
But I tell you, I'm singing this. Can I plug a little bit the little thing I'm going to do?
Plug your head.
I'm going to Vegas July the 11th for 4 weeks. And I've got some very good songs.
Is Gracie going to be on the show with you?
Oh, no. Gracie's
She's retired.
In fact, she's retired. When I got on the plane, she wouldn't even kiss me goodbye.
Even though Father's Day was coming up?
No, I spoke to her. She's having dinner with Jack and Mary tonight. They're going to watch the show.
Have you talked to Jack on the phone lately?
No.
Actually, I don't know where I came by this, but somewhere or the other, I can remember being convulsed at lunch, or it may have been watching the Jack Parr show, which you were on. But you had a habit at one time of calling Jack, didn't you, and just getting in the middle of a conversation and hanging up?
It started out when we were this is about 35 years ago. I would talk to Jack, and I hung up in the middle of the conversation, and that made Jack laugh. You know, Jack laughs at a red hat. So, I hung up the phone, and he laughed. And then he laughed, so I hung it up again. But then it ceased to get funny, you know? So then I didn't hang up the phone, and he thought I was mad at him. So now, this is going on for 35 years. I still have to hang up the phone. I hate doing the bit, but I got to do it, or he thinks I don't love him.
But what were the conversations, George?
Well, they were silly crap. I'll tell you one thing about hanging up the phone. He bet Benny Rubin once, he's in Chicago, that I would hang up the phone on him. And they bet $25, and then Benny Rubin came downstairs and said to me, Jack is going to call you on the phone. I bet him $25, and you're supposed to hang up. And if you don't hang up, if you hang up, I lose the bet. I says, don't worry about it. So Jack called me on the phone, and he spoke, and he talked, and I talked, and he talked, and he said, aren't you going to hang up? I says, no, I got half of Benny Rubin's bet.
Well, I say, George, that I think the people of Las Vegas are lucky to have you coming for 4 weeks. I wish we had you for 18 weeks.
Thank
nice
you.
to have
Nice
you with
to
us. Well, I must admit, panel, which my friends on the panel are always blindfolded. Are those blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
John.
Good. Will you enter Mystery Challenger and sign in, please? Panel, different form of questioning, one at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you an actor?
Yes.
Mr. Gable.
Are you a male actor?
Yes.
Miss Francis.
Are you a leading man? What is it?
No. 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Sir.
Do you, in the course of your performance, burst into song?
Yes.
Miss Kilgallen.
Have you been in San Juan recently?
San Juan recently?
Yes.
Mr. Gable.
Do you appear in nightclubs? Why did I get a laugh at?
I think he got
He did something. Do you appear in nightclubs rather than plays or movies?
Yes.
Miss Francis.
Trying to think of what joker's been in San Juan. Are you a comedian? A dubious comedian? What?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Sir.
Can I take a stab? Are you Nat King Cole?
Is it?
Yes.
No. Anybody who has the mask off has to disqualify themselves. Have you had the mask off?
No, I haven't.
That just shows you how dubious you can get, doesn't it? Did anybody get the mask off enough to see our guest?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't even try. I thought it was so odd thinking Nat was a comedian. I adore him madly, but I think of him as a singer. He doesn't even talk much between numbers. No, I had somebody else in mind. Now I have two. I'm going to take my choice. Are you a newly wed bridegroom?
Nat King Cole.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Gable.
Are you Milton Berle?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
No, we're all up a tree. Are you Jack Benny?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
Are you Bobby Darin?
Bobby Darin. 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
When you're in New York, do you play the Copacabana?
No.
That's 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Gable.
Are you Paul Anka? He's a singer.
8 down and 2 to go, Miss Francis.
Maybe just have one. Why did Dorothy know you were in San Juan and then didn't know who you were? What kind of thing is that? Maybe he was just traveling through. What?
I'm also a liar.
That's who I think it is.
George Burns.
George Burns.
Well, he looks like Bobby Darin.
There's one thing I have to know.
I don't feel like Bobby. You've been here for 14 years now, huh?
Yeah, he looks it, doesn't
I laid off once for 14 years.
George, when were you in San Juan last?
I've never been there.
Never been.
I've been to Altoona, but never.
Well, Dorothy, my apologies. I didn't know.
I was racking my brain going through all the people I'd seen down there, and I'm telling Martin on the side.
I love the word yes. I can't help it.
George, why are they having a party for you? They're having a party
They're
for
having
you.
a sociable for me tomorrow night.
Yeah, why is that?
Carol Channing is giving me a party.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
Carol-
crazy about you.
Yeah, I love her, too. She's crazy, but she's a great She's absolutely mad. I worked with her, you know.
Yeah.
For a season. Can I tell you a little story about her?
Please.
I wish you would.
Well, you know, she's a big eater. You know, she eats anything. 4 steaks, 5 steaks, the waiter, anything that's at the table. And we're sitting at the Sahara Hotel one night, and she's at her 3rd steak. And we're going over to see Judy Garland. And Charlie Lowe, her husband, said we're going to miss her, so she took the steak that she had left, and she put it in a napkin and put it in her purse. And then we went over to see Judy Garland. We were at the Dunes Hotel, and Judy Garland was playing at the Sahara. We went over to the Sahara to see Judy. And Carol, as I say, loves her food, and she took out and she wears contact lenses in between the lenses and the steak. The whole thing was all mixed up. And she opened up the napkin, and she finished, and she watched Judy, and she just loved her. And when it was over, she said to me when we came out, she says, you know, Judy was absolutely great. She says, but her makeup was streaky. I says, no, that was the gravy on your contacts.
Thank you, George. Bless you. Thanks so much. Wonderful to have you on West All Night. Well, on the grounds of a brilliant recovery, you get some congratulations, I think, panel. And we'll all be back after this word from our altar with us again. And to start our 15th year, thanks for being here. you. And good night, Miss Dorothy Kilgannon.
Good night, John. Good night, dear Martin.
Night, Dorothy. I hope to be here on your 30th anniversary.
I hope to, too.
Arlene?
I've been with you for 18 years. Smile.
Good night, Bennett. And I hope Burns brought back memories to you, Burns and Allen, as wonderful as the ones that came to us when he appeared, when we took our blindfolds off. Good night, John.
Good night, Bennett. Good night. Thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Codman. Johnny Olson speaking. You can't put a price tag on some things. Your heart and its health are priceless. Support the Heart Fund and remember, more will live the more you give.